First things first, shout out Ash Callahan. Oh shit. Shout out Ash Callahan. I was watching some of her videos because I think they're cool, and in one of them she claimed to believe that there was such thing as an objectively good outfit. This made me consider, what would make an outfit objectively good? In order to deeper understand fashion as a concept, I thought it would be wise to research the history of clothing and fashion. And here's some cool things I found. Anthropologists estimate that clothing emerged between 100,000 to 500,000 years ago. This early emergence of clothing likely served as protection against the elements. It seems that for quite a while, due to the lack of tools and weaving techniques, human clothing was simple and primarily made of animal skins and furs. I struggle to associate this time period with any sort of fashionability or trend due to the fact that these garments served as a strict function. It was basically a survival tool. Although there are instances that make me wonder. For example, this nose bone piercing was found in Australia and is estimated to be 46,000 years old, or this necklace that is estimated to be 150,000 years old. A facial accessory or a piece of jewelry does not seem like a necessary tool used to survive natural elements. I wonder if these ancient accessories are the oldest form of human fashion, or would these even be considered fashion? Anyways, with time, tools and methods of weaving and spinning began to evolve, allowing for more intricate and potentially expressive clothing styles. As style evolved, what seemed to be considered fashionable was likely determined by the aristocracy, who had the resources and potential to influence social norms. This is why we now treat the concept of fashion as a high art form. Clothing was now contingent with culture, status, politics, and religion. All around the world, cultures were creating their own norms for what is fashionable and appropriate. By the 20th century, mass production made trendy clothing accessible to a wide range of people, which allowed for even more expression and trend creation. Now that the small history lesson is over, what are some of the key points that I could take away from this information? One of the main points is environment dictates wardrobe, meaning an environment surrounding tools, resources, culture, religion, climate, etc., 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 affect what is worn and in turn affect what is trendy or fashionable within that environment. Here we have a timeline of dresses in the West versus a timeline of dresses in the East. As you can see, there's some differences between the dresses in each image, but I can't say that one is better than the other. The dresses on the left aren't necessarily objectively better than the dresses on the right, and vice versa. They're just dresses. This is a good example of within the same, relatively same time frame and same period, you have two different stylistic expressions that are considered fashion in the East Coast. It's just a little different than the West Coast, but it's hard to say which one is better than the other. The environment of the West Coast of the country affects what's worn, and the environment of the East Coast of the country affects what is worn. I can't confidently say that one of these outfits is better than the other, even though Biggie looks cooler to me. I will be the first to admit that I've thought someone was wearing what seemed to be like a bad outfit, but after enough consideration, it would seem that the person is just wearing an outfit that is the result of their relationship with their material reality. Granting this, it does seem possible that an outfit can be objectively good when associated with a particular subcategory of fashion, if good means following the variables of that said category. For example, here we have a cool guy in like a monk wardrobe, and these two guys are dressed in a punk rock style. So if you were to ask me which of these two images is the better punk rock outfit, I would say the image on the right is objectively more associated with the variables that are related to the punk rock subcategory of fashion, and in that case, yeah, it's probably the better outfit in that regard. But if you ask me which one of these outfits is objectively better, which one looks better, which one is more fashionable, how the fuck am I going to answer that? You know what I mean? Yep.